What's going on, guys? Just here back to my channel, and tonight actually we'll be doing a little review of Friday Night, excuse me, Friday Night Smackdown and AEW Rampage. Friday Night Smackdown had nothing but rematches tonight. Again, it's on New Day versus the Luthors. How you want to say their names? I've got the names now. Then we got Aliyah versus Natalya in the submission match and all that stuff again, like a billion times and all that stuff. So yeah, anyways, it was whatever. Point as always. Then AEW Rampage, hell yeah, it was good. AEW Rampage was badass and shit, you know. Kicked badass as always. So I think next Friday will start at 4 p.m. here because of the NBA All-Stars or something like that. Yeah, so I think I might do that a little early or something. I don't know. So I gotta check the timing and all that stuff. So yeah. Anyways, let's get to it then. Alright, Sonya Deville starts the show. WWE official Sonya Deville kicked off the evening's broadcast, nursing a left arm injury following the Fujiwara armbar from Ronda Rousey last Friday night. She announced she petitioned to have Rousey fined $100,000. This brought out Adam Pearce revealed an email from Vincent McMahon himself that barred Deville from further abusing her powers and getting involved in Naomi's SmackDown Women's Championship match against Charlotte Flair later in the night. If she persisted, her job would be in serious jeopardy. This brought out Naomi, who roughly stated the email didn't say anything about her not touching the WWE official. Naomi slapped Deville to close the segment. Finally, she slapped Sonya Deville. Finally. So, yeah. And then we get to the first match. Kofi Kingston and Big E versus Los Lotharios. Okay, there, I said it good. With before before they start the match, there was a stupid kiss cam, all that stuff. So yeah, they kissed a girl. I don't know. It was weird. Anyways, let's get to it then. Alright, last week's match was so nice. WWE creative book it twice. Kingston and Big E dominate early and often putting an exclamation point of their offensive entering the commercial break. During the timeout, Angel and Umberto seized control, laying out Big E and cutting him off from his tag team partner. A hot tag to Kingston sparked a babyface comeback in a cool spot. Big E hoisted Umberto up for a powerbomb, and Kingston came out the top rope with a double stomp. Angel broke up a 2 count. The perfect timing by the Latin Lothario allowed his team to stay alive. His roll up on Kingston earned the Lethal Lovers upset the victory. So yeah, Los Lotharios defeated Kingston and Big E. That was okay. Whatever, I've seen worse. Alright, sit down interview with Roman Reigns. This was a little backstage thing. So here we go. Backstage, Michael Cole interviewed Roman Reigns about the Tribal Chiefs Universal Championship defense against Goldberg at Elimination Chamber. Unfazed by the Hall of Famer's accomplishments, he claimed, "If I was in WCW, everyone would be winning, because they be still in business." When the topic of discussion turned to Brock Lesnar, Reigns laughed it off and asked why they were still talking about him. The head of the table ended the segment by promising to Goldberg at Elimination Chamber. So yeah. And we get to the second match. Aliyah versus Natalya again, like the billionth time. Alright. Originally slated to be a dungeon-style match, the showdown between Aliyah and Natalya was nothing more than another one-on-one encounter between the two. An intense natty attacked early but Aliyah absorbed it and fought back. A late match surge came to a sudden and erupts, and when the Queen of Hearts trapped her in the famed sharpshooter and forced to tap out after the match, Natalya sought to add further punishment, but Xia made the save, fending off the heel and standing tall. Where's she been? I don't get it. Alright, in Zayn with Shinsuke Nakamura and Bugz. Sami Zayn introduced the latest edition of his and Zayn Live podcast. He threw to video of Johnny Knoxville visiting the WWE pop-up shop in Los Angeles and defaming Zayn merchandise from there. Rick Boots and Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura made their way to the ring. Just 7 days before the artist defends his title against Zayn, a verbal exchange gave way to interference between Bugz' electric guitar and the microphone, sending a jolt up his arm. With Nakamura checking on his friend, Zayn rocked him with a helluva kick and left his foe lying. Yeah, it was not good. Anyways, alright, the third match. Cesaro vs. Happy Corbin. With Madcap Moss sidelined by a black guy, Happy Corbin went in alone Friday, battling Cesaro in singles competition, and a back and forth match ensued in which neither man enjoyed a sustained advantage. Cesaro tried for the neutralizer at one point, but Corbin body dropped him out of it. Moments later, the unbeaten and obnoxious heel flattened the Swiss cyborg with end of days for pinfall victory. Backstage, Drew McIntyre interrupted Maw's eye exam and revealed that their match at Elimination Chamber would be a Falls Count Anywhere match. So yeah, Corbin defeated Cesaro. And the main event, Smackdown Women's Championship match, Naomi vs. Charlotte Flair. So there you go. Michael Cole sat down with Goldberg, who dismissed the idea of Roman Reigns beating him and Rhea at Elimination Chamber. He vowed to beat Reigns, take the Universal Championship, and destroy Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Back in the arena, Naomi hit the ring for her shot at history. As she challenged Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. The challenger started a red hot, overwhelming the Queen early and controlling the opening moments of the match. Heading into the break, Flair fought back, wrestling the advantage by slowing the pace and grounding the challenger. She worked a head scissors that allowed her to maintain control. Naomi exploded with a blockbuster for a close 2 count, but Flair sent her knees first into the ring steps. Ahead of another break, the resilient Naomi found herself in a position to put pressure on the champion while seeking her first title reign in 5 years. She bulldogged Flair into the turnbuckle, but the powerful Flair drove her opponent into the mat with a powerbomb for a 2 count. Flair missed one moonsault, ate the knees on another attempt, and Naomi delivered the rearview mirror for a dramatic near fall that brought the New Orleans crowd out of its seat. Near falls of a head scissor and split leg moonsault had fans buying into the idea that Naomi would dethrone the Queen. Late Naomi tried for another review, only for Flair to block her, and deliver natural selection for the win. After the match, Naomi unloaded on a braggadocious Sonya Deville to be jumped by Ronda Rousey made the save, clearing to a big pop to close out the show. So yeah, Flair defeated Naomi to retain. So yeah, this was a good match. That was a good match. It was back and forth and stuff. And yeah. Anyways, let's get to AEW Rampage. Alright, the first match. The Young Bucks versus Rampage Vice. How you want to say it? Alright, this was the first match. So it went right away. So, yeah. So, alright, Trent and Nick started for their teams with a quick exchange, but it didn't take long before Nick found himself dealing with Romeo outside the ring, too. Matt tagged in, and his opponents took turns hitting him back and forth like they were balling in a ping pong ball. They continued to control the pace against the Bugz with some good double team spots. The Bugz suckered him up the ramp, hit super kicks and attempt to get them countered, but Romero, how you want to say it? Yeah, Romero, I'm sorry, made it back at the last second to save the match. Orange Cassidy went under the ring, and then the Bugz tried to pull him out. Dan Hansen appeared and distracted them until Romero and Trent could hit suicide dives. We returned from the break to see the Bugz in control. They mocked the huge done by best friends, but Romero took them both down with the Hurricane at the same time. Sue's son tagged in and took it to both opponents with a barrage of high impact moves. All four men went back and forth in the ring, trading big spots until the Bugz won with the BTE trigger. Jay White ended up coming out to dispatch Cassidy after it was all over. So yeah, the match was like right away. Alright, so let's get to the second match. Yeah. Alright, the second match. Britt Baker versus Robin Renegade. Baker and Renegade locked up and traded some basic holds and counters after DMD had the upper hand for a moment. Renegade began to build some momentum. She missed a running double knee in the corner, so Baker yanked her down by her hair and stomped her into the mat as we went to a break. The dentist punished Renegade during the commercial, but she began to make a comeback when we returned. She hit the double knee she attempted earlier and climbed to the top rope for a frog splash to score a near fall. Baker hit a fisherman's net breaker, followed by the stomp for the win. Thunder Rosa tried to help Renegade when Baker kept attacking, but Jamie Hayter and Mercedes helped Baker get the upper hand. So yeah, good match. Alright, Hook versus Blake Lee. Send in Hook. Alright, Marshall accompanied Lee to the ring for his match against former student Hook. They circled each other before Hook scored the first takedown with the go behind. Lee went for his leg, but Hook dropped down and almost had him locked in a submission. But before he grabbed the bottom rope, Hook cornered him to deliver some strikes. Hook flipped out of a hip toss and hit a gut wrench suplex. He threw Lee with his arm before putting him in a submission. Marshall distracted him so he would release the hold. This allowed Lee to hit a back elbow. Hook easily avoided a crossbody and post for the crowd before hitting a crotch lift suplex. He hit a few crossfaces before locking him in the red room for the win. So yeah, that was a good match too. Alright, the main event. Jurassic Express versus Gun Club AEW tag titles. Alright, the main event was a tag title match between Jurassic Express and the number one ranked Gun Club, with Austin and Colton being accompanied by their dad Billy Gunn. Christian was there to support Jurassic Express too. Austin and Jungle Boy opened with a fast-paced sequence that saw both men get in some good shots. Luchasaurus tagged in and went after both ass boys at ringside. We returned from a break to see the Gun Boys in firm control of Jungle Boy. Luchasaurus got the hot tag and went wild with big strikes to both opponents. Billy watched as his sons took a series of hard shots from the powerhouse. Jungle Boy stopped them from retreating and sent Colton back in to take a chokeslam and a moonsault from Luchasaurus. Jungle Boy accidentally hit Luchasaurus with a suicide dive. When Austin moved out of the way, Christian prevented him from using the ropes for leverage during the pin. So Billy slammed Christian's head into the steps. Colton hit Jungle Boy with one of the belts while the ref was distracted, but he only scored a 2 count. After rallying, Jungle Boy was able to get the win for his team to retain the title. So yeah, the Jurassic Express defeated the Gun Club, and still AEW Tag Team champions. So yeah, that was good. AEW Rampage was good, better than the Friday Night Smackdown. I don't know why I'm torturing myself right now with all that bullshit of Smackdown was doing. Well, and WWE and all that stuff. So yeah, anyways, that was it, and I see you all in the next video. Laters.